From Sea Otter, Eurobike, Interbike and dozens of product launches along the way, here's our take on where mountain biking is heading. 2 years ago, fat bikes crowded the trade show halls, but their time has come and gone. While their heyday may have passed, their influence on the market remains. Many mountain bikers now have a taste for fatter, if not fully fat, tyres. The mid-size 27.5 Plus platform owes its widespread acceptance to the fact that the size often fits nicely into 29er frames and forks. Santa Cruz has capitalised on this by offering the Hightower and Tallboy in 29er and 27.5 Plus versions. In a similar fashion, 26 by 3 inch tyres can be squeezed into many frames designed around 27.5 inch wheels. This smaller plus size is still pretty niche, at least for now, although it seems to be gaining ground. Rocky Mountain teased the fact that its new enduro bike, the Slayer, is compatible with 26 by 3 inch wheels and tyres. This trend is a direct result of trying to shoehorn plus-size tyres into frames while keeping the chainstay length in check. Trek's 29 Plus hardtail, the Stash, started this trend a few years ago. While it might look like the reasons for the design are quite different, many early mountain bikes resorted to this design because the drivetrains at the time were prone to chain suck. Moving the chainstay out of the way was a band-aid fix for the issue, but it worked. Cosmetically speaking, Salsa's wood smoke may not be the belle of the ball, but this quirky hardtail can accommodate 29 Plus, 27.5 Plus and standard 29er rubber thanks to interchangeable dropouts and an elevated chainstay design that keeps the rear respectably short. Yeti Cycles followed suit with a similar design for the new SB5 Plus. This 27.5 Plus full suspension also uses elevated stays to gain clearance without resorting to the rangy chainstays. Adventure is the buzzword of the year. This trend may go hand in hand with the growth of plus bikes, but it's certainly not limited to them. Have bags, will travel seems to be the industry mantra at the moment. Until this year, custom bag makers dominated the bikepacking market, but not wanting to miss out on the action, larger bike companies are now developing bags that are purpose-built for their models. Specialized introduced a line for the new Sequoia touring bike, and Giant has developed the Scout line of bikepacking bags to fit its frames. Data acquisition is becoming a much more significant part of the development process for many companies. Renthal is developing a GPS telemetry-based system to measure flex in its handlebars. The goal is to take testing out of the lab and into the real world in order to design handlebars that are strong without being too harsh. Another key advancement in real-world data wrangling is the advent of suspension setup technologies. SRAM acquired Shockwiz earlier this year and rolled into the Quark family of data acquisition products. When installed, this handy little device transmits information about your suspension's performance to a smartphone-based app, allowing the rider to make more educated suspension adjustments. Last and certainly not least on this list of this year's mountain bike trends is the progression towards longer, slacker, more capable cross-country race bikes. Weight and speed still matter, but steeper, more challenging courses have called for a new breed of race bike. One, coincidentally, that's also more fun to ride on your local trails. Take, for example, Rocky Mountain's revamped Element. This 29er race bike sports 100mm in the back, but boasts 120mm up front, supplied by a Fox 34 or RockShox Pike, depending on the build. Best of all, it also comes with a dropper seat post. The new Scott Spark is another example of a cross-country race bike that blurs the line between trail and XC. It comes in versions with 29 and 27.5 inch wheels. The latter sports 120mm of front and rear suspension. Even the 29 inch version, which still has the category standard 100mm of front and rear suspension, is refreshingly slack, with a 68.5-degree head angle to inspire confidence during steep descents. So is this new genre of mountain bike in need of a catchy name? Are these race-able trail bikes or aggressive XC machines, or does it even matter? Not really. What's important is that lines between cross-country and trail bikes continue to blur, and for most weekend warriors, this is a very good thing.